This is a great book from 1946. It shows art of George Herriman for Krazy Kat. And this was one of the first books that was published with art from Krazy Kat, and especially this book has a lot of dailies. So I'm just going to show you the inside, and most of the time the dust cover is missing, and I've made this dust cover based on the original dust cover, and it's available for free. It's on my Gumroad, and I'll leave a link below this video so that you can download it for free. And if you want to donate something, that's fine too, but you can download the PDF for free on my Gumroad. This 1946 Krazy Kat book from Henry Holt is a great introduction to George Herriman's comic. Especially because it focuses on the daily strips rather than the more famous Sunday pages. The book also includes a preface by poet E. Cummings, which shows how highly the comic was regarded even outside the world of comics. The strip, created by George Herriman, was deeply appreciated by many high-profile artists and intellectuals. Pablo Picasso is often cited among its admirers. The comic's surreal humor, abstract desert landscapes, and unconventional storytelling resonated strongly with modernists and avant-garde circles. William Randolph Hearst, a powerful newspaper magnate, personally liked Krazy Kat and ensured it stayed in print, even when it wasn't commercially successful with the general public. Because Hearst owned the newspapers that syndicated the strip, his backing effectively protected it for decades. Krazy Kat wasn't a mass market hit, but it became hugely influential artistically. Its survival depended less on popularity and more on elite admiration and Hearst's personal support, something quite rare in the history of comics. Most later Krazy Kat collections highlight the Sunday comics, which are larger, more colorful, and often more visually experimental. This book is different. It mainly gathers the daily strips, the small black and white comics that originally appeared in the newspapers every day. Because of that, it gives a better sense of how readers first experienced Krazy Kat as an ongoing everyday comic. These daily strips are simple at first glance. Many of them follow the same basic idea. Ignatz Mouse throws a brick at Krazy Kat. Officer Pup tries to stop him, and Krazy Kat misunderstands everything as a sign of love. But the repetition is part of the charm. Herriman keeps finding new twists, small changes, and clever dialogue that make each strip feel fresh. Since the daily format is tighter and shorter than the Sunday pages, the humor is more direct. The jokes land quickly, and the rhythm is steady, almost like a daily routine. At the same time, Herriman's strange and playful use of language still stands out. The characters speak in a mix of dialects and invented words that can feel unusual, but it adds personality and warmth. The artwork in the daily strips is also more restrained than in the Sunday pages, but it still has Herriman's unique style. Even in a small space, he creates shifting backgrounds and odd dreamlike settings that make the world of Krazy Kat feel special. Overall, this 1946 collection is important because it shows a side of Krazy Kat that is sometimes overlooked. Instead of focusing on the big showy Sunday pages, it lets you spend time with the daily strips and see how the comic works day by day. For readers that want to understand Krazy Kat as it originally appeared, this book is a valuable and enjoyable read. On apebooks.com you can still buy a copy of the book published by Henry Holt. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit that notification bell, because each time I upload a new video, you get a notification. Drawing is fun and practice makes perfect. See you next time. Doodles!